What is up? So, this is your girl, Nick Robinson, with the Yara Effect. We're going to be talking about this whole lawsuit that Shannon Sharpe, aka Unc, aka Shay Shay, has been involved in. So, I'm looking here at the latest. On yesterday, he did say that he was going to step aside temporarily from First Take on ESPN to address the allegations, the rumors, and everything like that. NBC News has said that he will temporarily step aside. It also says that it's a $50 million lawsuit accusing him of rape. He said, at this juncture, I'm elected to step aside temporarily from my ESPN duties. Okay, so he said that he plans to return at the preseason, which is in July. So hopefully between now and July, everything with this lawsuit will be wrapped up. Based on this article, he says, I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason. So we have a few months to see what's going to happen. As far as the ESPN spokesperson, they did say this is a serious situation and we agree with Shannon's decision to step away. So he's dispelling any type of drama that may come about that says he was fired, because initially people were saying that he was going to be fired or he was fired, but ESPN is stepping up and they are having his back once again. I mean, obviously they value him, they value his presence, they value his influence, so they are in agreement and support, it seems, of his decision to step away. Okay, so it says in this article that Shannon raped her twice in Las Vegas in October and once more in January. That's according to the suit that the plaintiff has submitted. She says she was 19 years old in 2023 when they first met at a Los Angeles gym, leading to a rocky consensual relationship. She said he was aggressive and raped her. Okay, so here we are. We have another situation with a black man that's being accused of sexual assault. And we're seeing where there's a pattern of a lot of money in the millions, in the millions being requested for said activities. So here we are, trying to just figure it all out. Shannon is completely denying it. The lady has said that it was consensual. I don't know how to feel, because as a woman myself, I'd want someone to believe me, and I'd want someone to honor what I'm saying if I've been hurt. I'm not sure why there were multiple situations in which this allegedly occurred. I just don't know what to think. I would hate for this to be true. If it is true, then he should definitely pay for the crime of rape. It is very serious. It is not anything to play with. How do you prove something like this? Unless it's on video, I'm not sure. I'll be interested to continue to watch this and understand how far it goes and what the details are. I'm trying to be open here and objective, because at the end of the day, I would think that if it happened one time, that you would go ahead and report it. At the same time, I do understand that when things like this occur and it involves a high profile celebrity, you may be reluctant to come forward. What I don't understand is if it happened that one time, because if it were me, and I can only speak from my perspective of things, if it were me and it happened that one time, there wouldn't be another opportunity for me to be in his presence. You understand what I'm saying? And then we have to understand the context of what someone else feels is aggressive. Because some people enjoy a more vigorous, if you will, interaction than others do. I have questions like, did you ask him to stop? Did he keep going after you said stop? Did you say you're hurting me? And he just kept going. Like, I have so many questions. And also the financial angle of it all. If he were just a regular Joe, just a regular man with a 9 to 5, making $50,000 a year, there's no way you can ask him for 50 million. There's no way you can ask him for 50 million. I watch a lot of true crime. A lot of times when there are situations of sexual assault, there is no financial punitive damages that can be awarded because there's no money to be had. And so um I'm guessing this is a civil suit because of the $50 million ask. But my thing would be, why not pursue criminal with punitive damages, I guess? I don't know. At the end of the day, it's a disturbing trend that we see here where, these high profile men are being, put out here as sexual deviants, basically, and that are running over women. Now, let me say this. If they are doing this, if they are indeed doing this, y'all need to stop this. Y'all got to stop this. Okay? At this point, it's kind of like, do you need to sign some kind of waiver? Do you need to say, like, speak in detail? Okay, this is what I do in the bed. Are you in agreement with this? Are you in agreement with that? Like, what is the solution at this point so that you can save yourself from something like this? Do you have to have them sign an NDA with a clause that says, I won't try to come after you for money? Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Again, I don't know what the proof is. We haven't gotten that far yet. She just filed it this week. So we'll see as time goes on what's going to come out. Of course, anytime there's an accusation, it's always, I'm innocent, this is a lie, blah, blah, blah. I'm hoping that Shannon is telling the truth. He has a good thing going with First Take. He has the #1 podcast on YouTube, Club Shay Shay. He also has his other podcast, The Nightcap, that's hosted with him and Ocho Cinco, Chad Johnson. He has a lot going for himself right now. And it's unfortunate that this is something that has come up. I am hoping that it's not true for his sake. I'm hoping that if it is, that this young lady gets consolation, because $50 million is a lot of money, right? But there is no getting away from what happened to you. When certain things happen to you, they become a part of who you are, unfortunately. And I'm hoping that, she gets some sort of peace, resolution within. Because the 50 million sounds great. I mean, who wouldn't want $50 million? But I've heard victims of certain situations say that them going to jail don't even solve it. Whatever money don't even solve it. Nothing solves it. So I'm hoping that if this is true, she gets true resolution inside, peace inside. Because that money is not going to give it to her. It's not. But y'all tell me what y'all think. I mean, I just don't know what to think. I would hope that it's not true. I don't want any woman to go through something like that. At the same time, what do these celebrity men need to do to protect themselves? Because again, it just depends on what you deem as aggressive. It depends on, different preferences. We all have our different preferences. So it is possible for someone to be in a relationship and to be sexually assaulted. There used to be a time in this country where women were not deemed to have been sexually assaulted if they were within relationships or marriages. So we do know that you can be in a relationship and it still be considered a sexual assault. But what do you guys think? Y'all let me know. Man, this is crazy. I'm not sure where to go with it yet. We're trying to just figure out what evidence is out there. Again, aside from a video, it's kind of hard to know. It's just crazy. I mean, what do you do when you're going to, engage in an activity? Do you make sure ain't nobody recording you without your knowledge? Do you make sure there's no audio set up? Do you make them sign something? I mean, like, I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what the solution is with this. And it seems to me like, Shannon is not trying to settle down with anybody. He's not really talked about marriage to my knowledge. So, at this point with these celebrity men, it sounds like you really need somebody in your life that's down for you and that you can trust and that you're going to just hang with. Because at this point, it's about dangerous to be out here just, throwing it everywhere. Because you never know when somebody's going to throw a lawsuit your way and you got to deal with it. And even if it's not true, right? Say it's not true. You taking time out from work. You got to pay legal fees. You got to be in and out of court. You know what I mean? I mean, it's crazy. It is insane. And somebody did tell him last year, they was like, once his podcast blew up, once he, got on ESPN and all of that, he said that people was telling him, they're going to be coming after you, man. They're going to be coming after you. So, listen, I recommend any man with money, any man, period, be careful how you interact with these ladies, period. Be careful. If it's any hesitation, if it's any no, if it's any stop, just remove yourself. You know what I'm saying? Remove yourself and leave her alone. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Because I'm not understanding this whole 3 different situations. Because in my mind, let's put it on him. If the first interaction, or if one of the interactions was, you hurt me, stop, whatever, however it went, however it may have gone, I wouldn't have nothing else to do with chick. I wouldn't. Nothing else. That's why I'm not understanding. If it was like that, what was the conversation between the two? What was the agreement? I don't know. Where did the $50 million figure come from? Like, how do you set a number to what it is you're going to ask for after something like that? What do you do? I'm not sure. But y'all tell me what y'all think. Never do I ever advocate minimizing something like that. A woman being hurt by a man. It's atrocious. It's terrible. It's terrible. But we also see where other celebrities have been accused of certain things, and it turned out that there was no fact to it. If there was no fact to it, I don't know if they were able to prove it. It's just, sometimes they just kind of go away. I know Chris Brown was involved in situations where, it was things that was dispelled. So let's just see, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I appreciate every last one of you. Thank you so much. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.